Forget eggs. This food builds muscle and kills sarcopenia, and it might already be sitting quietly on your grocery shelf. Most people completely overlook it, yet it holds the power to transform how your body ages. And no, it's not chia seeds, quinoa, or any of the trendy superfoods flooding your social media feed. This is a simple, natural powerhouse that helps fight one of the most dangerous enemies of aging, muscle loss or sarcopenia. After 40, your body begins to lose around 1% of its muscle every single year, and that rate speeds up once you cross 60. Even if you eat right and stay active, your strength, balance, and mobility still start to fade quietly. This silent loss doesn't just affect your muscles, it hits your brain, your metabolism, and even how long you live. When your muscles weaken, your body stops producing protective molecules like irisin and BDNF, the very compounds that keep your brain sharp and your metabolism stable. So, maintaining muscle isn't only about staying strong, it's about staying young at the cellular level. And here's the incredible part. There's a natural food that can reverse this decline, helping your muscles rebuild stronger, your body recover faster, and your mind stay alert. The science of muscle loss. Once you hit your 30s, something subtle but powerful begins inside your body. Your muscles stop responding the way they used to. You could be eating right, staying active, maybe even lifting weights, yet your body just doesn't respond the same anymore. This phenomenon is known as anabolic resistance, and it's one of the main reasons people lose strength, stamina, and independence with age. It's not your fault. It's just how the body changes over time. When you were younger, one chicken breast or a serving of beans could easily trigger muscle growth. But after 40 or 50, that same meal doesn't send the build muscle message as strongly. According to research from the University of Arkansas and McMaster University, by the time you hit 50, your muscles respond only half as effectively as they did in your 20s, even with the same diet and exercise. The reason? Your body becomes less sensitive to amino acids, especially leucine, the spark plug nutrient that tells your body it's time to repair and rebuild muscle tissue. But it's not just about nutrition. It's also about your nervous system and your cells. As you age, the motor neurons that connect your brain to your muscles start to weaken or die off. These neurons are like messengers. They tell your muscles when to move, contract, and grow. When those signals weaken, your muscles slowly lose communication with your brain, no matter how much protein you eat. At the same time, your mitochondria, the little power plants inside your muscle cells, begin to lose efficiency. They produce less energy, meaning your muscles tire out faster, recover slower, and become more prone to inflammation and pain. And here's what most people never realize. Muscle loss affects more than just how you look or move. When your muscle mass drops, your blood sugar control weakens, increasing your risk for insulin resistance and fatigue. Bone density drops, making you more prone to fractures. And worst of all, your muscles stop producing myokines, those tiny messenger proteins that keep your immune system and brain healthy. One of the most powerful myokines, irisin, helps trigger BDNF, the compound that protects brain cells, boosts memory, and improves mood. So when your muscles shrink, it's not just about losing strength, it's about losing one of your body's most vital defense systems. That's why scientists now call muscle the organ of longevity. And the best part? Once you understand how anabolic resistance works, you can reverse it naturally, no matter your age. Because the truth is, your muscles can still grow stronger, respond better, and recover faster if you give them the right fuel. Why protein quality matters more than quantity. Most people think building muscle after 50 is all about eating more protein, loading up on shakes, powders, and so-called superfoods. But the truth is, it's not about how much protein you eat. It's about how well your body uses it. You could be eating a ton of protein, but if the quality is poor, your muscles simply don't get the message to grow. Think of protein as a language. Every food speaks to your muscles through amino acids, and some send strong, clear messages, while others whisper weakly. The difference between staying strong and growing weaker often comes down to how clearly that message is delivered. And the one amino acid that acts as the loudspeaker for muscle growth is leucine. Leucine triggers the mTOR pathway, the master controller for muscle building and repair. Without enough leucine, no matter how much total protein you eat, your muscles won't respond properly. Research shows that each meal needs about 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine to fully activate muscle protein synthesis, MPS. That's why plant-based sources like chia, flax, or hemp often fall short. They're healthy, but they lack the right balance of leucine, lysine, and methionine to trigger real muscle repair in older adults. On the other hand, foods like eggs, dairy, fish, and lean meats are packed with complete proteins. These contain all 9 essential amino acids in the perfect ratio your body needs, and about 10% of those are leucine. That means they send a strong build muscle signal every time you eat them. Even better, these high-quality proteins are quickly absorbed, a huge benefit for older adults dealing with slower digestion and anabolic resistance. Just one serving of a leucine-rich food can keep muscle growth active for hours, especially when eaten after exercise or before bed, when the body naturally repairs itself. So no, you don't need exotic powders or pricey supplements. You need effective fuel, protein that speaks your body's language clearly. Because when you choose quality over quantity, you're not just eating to survive, you're eating to stay strong, vibrant, and independent for years to come. The power and limits of eggs now. Let's talk about one of the most popular foods for building muscle, eggs. For decades, eggs have been hailed as the perfect protein. And it's true. They're packed with all 9 essential amino acids, healthy fats and micronutrients like vitamin D and choline that support muscle repair and brain health. One large egg has around 6 to 7 grams of high-quality protein and almost 500 mg of leucine, a decent boost for your muscles. That's why many athletes and bodybuilders rely on them. But here's the thing most people don't know. After age 50, eggs alone are no longer enough. Because as we talked about earlier, your body's response to protein weakens with age. Your muscle activation threshold goes up. That means you now need more leucine per meal to trigger muscle building than you did in your 20s. So, while 2 eggs might have worked when you were younger, you now need 3 or even 4, plus another leucine-rich food source to hit the same effect. Even more, egg protein digests slower compared to other animal sources like fish. That's fine in your youth, but when your digestion slows with age, your muscles need a quicker, more bioavailable source of amino acids, something that delivers results fast. And that's where this forgotten food outshines even eggs. It digests faster, provides more leucine per gram, and carries additional compounds that directly fight inflammation, improve circulation, and support joint mobility. All things older adults desperately need to stay active and pain-free. So, while eggs are great, this other food works like nature's muscle medicine. And once you make it a regular part of your diet, you'll notice stronger legs, steadier balance, and more energy without needing extra supplements. Timing, the secret rhythm of protein. Most people eat the bulk of their protein at dinner. But that's a big mistake, especially if you're over 50 studies from the University of Toronto and the Journal of Nutrition show that your body can only use a certain amount of protein at one time for muscle repair, roughly 25 to 35 grams per meal. Any more than that, and it's not used efficiently. The real secret is timing. You need to spread your protein evenly throughout the day, morning, afternoon, and evening, to keep your muscle-building system switched on. Think of your body like a factory. If all the materials arrive at once, workers can't process them efficiently. But if they come steadily, the work never stops. Here's what that looks like in practice. Breakfast, 25-30 green of protein, like eggs, Greek yogurt or fish. Lunch, 25-30 gran from lean meats. Lentils or tofu dinner, 25-30 gran again, ideally with omega-3 rich foods. And here's the bonus. Pairing protein with a little healthy fat, like olive oil or avocado, slows digestion, helping your body absorb amino acids longer. Add a small walk or light resistance exercise after meals, and your muscles stay activated for hours. Timing plus quality. Unstoppable results. Even at 60, 70, or beyond, your muscles can grow. They just need a steady rhythm of the right fuel at the right time. 5. The forgotten connection. Your brain and muscles. Most people think muscle loss is purely physical, that it's just about diet and exercise. But here's the shocking truth. Your muscles are controlled by your brain, not your body. Every muscle fiber you move is activated by a neuron, a brain cell that sends an electrical signal through your nervous system. When those neurons weaken or die off, which happens naturally with aging, your muscles stop getting the message to grow. This creates a vicious cycle. Less signal, less movement, and weaker muscles, even weaker signals. To break that cycle, you have to feed both your muscles and your brain. That's where the food we're about to reveal becomes so powerful. It nourishes your neurons, strengthens your nerve-muscle connection, and keeps those vital signals alive. This food is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA and EPA, the essential building blocks for brain and nerve health. When your neurons are well fed, they communicate more efficiently with your muscles, improving coordination, reflexes, and even balance. That's why seniors who eat this food regularly show not only stronger muscles, but sharper minds too. The muscle-saving superfood, sardines. Here it is, the food that outperforms eggs, fights sarcopenia, and rebuilds muscle naturally. Sardines. These tiny fish are nature's powerhouse of protein, omega-3s, and micronutrients. A single 100-gram serving gives you about 25 grams of protein and over 1,000 milliliters of omega-3 fatty acids, along with vitamin D, calcium, and phosphorus for strong bones and joints. Unlike eggs, sardines are incredibly bioavailable, meaning your body absorbs their amino acids quickly and efficiently. They're also rich in leucine, which jumpstarts muscle protein synthesis almost immediately, but that's just the beginning. Sardines also contain natural anti-inflammatory compounds like EPA and DHA that soothe muscle soreness, improve blood flow, and protect your brain cells from aging damage. And here's what makes them unbeatable. They come with cofactors like vitamin B12, selenium, and taurine, nutrients that help your mitochondria, your cell's power generators, work at full strength. That means faster recovery, more energy, and less fatigue, the very things older adults struggle with most. You don't need to eat them daily. Just 2 to 3 times a week can make a dramatic difference. Add them to salads, toast, or simple meals with olive oil and lemon, and you'll feel the change in weeks. Your muscles will feel fuller, your energy will return, and even your mood will lift, because when your body is strong, your mind follows. So, forget the myth that muscle loss is just a part of aging. Your body has everything it needs to rebuild, repair, and thrive if you give it the right tools. Start including sardines, this powerful, natural food that rebuilds muscle like nothing else, because it's never too late to get stronger, sharper, and more alive. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Golden Life. That's where we share the best natural secrets to help you stay young, strong, and independent. Together, we're not just growing older, we're growing better.